Well, a pleasant good evening from Albany County. It's the Arsenal City, Watervliet, where we're here at Watervliet High School to witness a matchup between the Watertown Red and Black and Troy's Fighting Irish. Steve and I made the trick. So Steve Weed and I rode the bus down with the Red and Black, made the trip down to Watervliet, just north of Albany, just west of Troy, where Watertown Red and Black will take on Troy's Fighting Irish. Watertown season opener here in the Gridiron Developmental Football League. We'll take a look at Watertown's schedule. Of course, opening tonight against the Troy Fighting Irish. Watertown played last week against Genesee in a non-league matchup, game that they won by a score of 35-12. Expect maybe a little stiffer competition tonight against a Troy team that we were remarking about just the size. You watch this team warming up. Very substantial numbers in terms of players with some height, with some weight, muscle. Look like they have some real athletes. And it looks like it's going to be a good game between these two teams. So as I mentioned briefly, Steve Weed Productions and NBC Watertown bringing you this Watertown Red and Black football game. My name's Connor Lalone as we get set for Gridiron Developmental Football League action here in Watervliet as the Red and Black will take on the Troy's Fighting Irish. I will mention Troy tonight wearing uniforms that probably you'll get a glimpse at eventually, say Albany on them. They are leftover uniforms from a previous team in Albany, the Metro Maulers. Pretty spectacular name there, the Metro Maulers. Troy had their uniforms held up in shipping, and so they don't have their new uniforms for the new season just yet. So borrowing uniforms from a previous Albany area team. Should mention it's absolutely beautiful outside. The weather is perfect, really in every sense of the word. It's sunny, there's a slight breeze, it's warm, and just absolutely could not ask for better weather for tonight's game. My watch says it's 76 degrees, which seems about right. It's extremely warm. Even warmer down on the field. Was down there briefly having conversations with the Troy sideline, and it is at least feels warmer down on the field itself. And so we will step aside here quick for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So welcome back after that absolutely fantastic rendition of the national anthem here in sunny Albany County, Watertown, New York, as we get set for the season opener. Watertown Red and Black. They take on the host, Troy's Fighting Irish. We'll get set for kickoff in just a moment. Looks like a couple guys back to return for Watertown. That one's going to fall into the hands of Corey Smith. Smith's going to find his way out to that far sideline. Still going. Skips past a couple of tackles. Smith gets over midfield, and he's still going. Corey Smith down the far sideline is eventually taken down, but he gets across the 30 on the kick return, and that's exactly how Watertown would have wanted to start their season. So a big kick return for Corey Smith, the Watertown Red and Black. And a bit of a silence has fallen over the late arriving Troy crowd. At first, wondered if there was going to be much of a crowd, but it has filled in nicely in front of us here at Watertown High School. It's a beautiful facility. And a really solid location for us to watch this game from. Standing up, elevated above the field a little bit. There is a track that runs around the field, and then bleachers on this near side. And we are situated right in front of the press box on a little landing in front of that. And so already an issue with the down markers on that far sideline. And it looks like we will get underway. It's Williams, the quarterback for Watertown, all by himself in the backfield. Scrambling out to his right now. Williams is going to throw it down the field. It's intercepted. So the very first play of the game on offense for Watertown, and Williams throws a pick. So some of that energy has come back to this near side as Troy able to force a turnover on the first possession of the game. Well, a lot of the air come out of that Watertown sideline too after a huge kick return off the opening kickoff. Got them into some excellent field position, and the Red and Black just gave it right back. Williams threw that one right over the middle and into the arms of a Fighting Irish player for the interception. So already both sides of the emotional coin for either team. Watertown with a big kick return and then immediately a turnover. Players in motion for the Fighting Irish. Back to pass over the middle. That one's caught. And fighting his way forward, picking up the first down and some that time. Looked like it was Anthony Smith on the reception.
Will the Watertown red-black bus driver please move your bus
So an early
out of the
start
fire lane, and accompanying vehicles also need to be pulled out of the fire lane
for the Fighting Irish offense that time. Short little pass over the middle. It was Smith on the reception. And solid gain. Picks up about 15 yards. That one handed off to the far side and still going. And eventually brought down after a gain of about 6. Right in front of the red and black bench. So solid handoff play that time. So the Troy offense having no issues early. It's one man in the backfield with the quarterback Gordon. Zay Gordon trying to get instructions to his receiver on this near side, Brandon Hill. Eventually does get through to him. Gordon now scrambling out to this near side, laterals it back to his running back, who is brought down just in bounds after picking up a couple of yards on the carry. So the Fighting Irish again to the line. One in the backfield with the quarterback, Gordon. Gordon just looks slightly frustrated back there, like he hasn't quite settled into this one, and a whistle before the snap. So I believe no flags came out, so I believe it was a timeout called by Troy. As you see the coaching staff head out there onto the field briefly. Motion again in front of the offense. Gordon back to pass. Screen to the far side. That one was caught and then touched up before he could get back up and start running again was Smith. So stop short of the first down marker means this will be a 4th down and about 3 to pick up. I think we're still having issues with the clock maybe here.
Yeah, I guess so.
It says 1:21. It should read somewhere in the area of 12 minutes. Looks like we're going to continue to play regardless. Two men in the backfield, one receiver on the far side, one on the near side. It's Hill on this near side. Gordon scrambling, goes back to his left and is brought down just about at the line of scrimmage, so definitely short. And Troy will turn the ball over on down, so a good defensive possession for the red and black after struggling on offense very briefly. I only had that one play to make an impact. And quarterback Jason Williams for the Watertown Red and Black threw an interception on the one play that Watertown has run so far. So we're still running slightly off on the clock. Handoff by Williams up the middle. Gain of maybe 2 that time on the handoff up the middle to Jamal Finkley. So Watertown electing to run the ball on the first play of this second offensive possession. First play of their first possession was an interception thrown by the quarterback, Jason Williams. Williams has got 4 receivers to pick on here. And he's going to, dropping back to pass over the near side. That one in and out of the hands of a slipping DeQuace Jackson. You wonder if Jackson might have had a chance to make a play on that one, but he looked like he lost his footing. And still almost made a play there. That one bounced in and out. And so that'll bring up a third down and about 7. So again, it's Finkley and Williams in the backfield, 4 receivers. Williams scrambling out to his right now. Good pressure. Throws it down the field. It's caught. No. Incomplete. Well, it looked like Watertown might have had a solid reception there, but instead it was whistled an incomplete pass. The ball's out of play. Well, rather, Kalen Jeter was out of play when he caught the ball. And so that'll bring up 4th down for the red and black. Again, Finkley with Williams in the backfield. It's Quior and Jackson on this near side are the receivers. Jeter and Furr on the far side. Over the middle for Furr and dropped. Chris Furr was there. The ball hit him in the hands, and he just dropped it. That would have been a first down, and it would have moved the chains. Instead, Watertown will turn it over on downs. So that went right into the hands of Chris Furr, but unable to reel it in. And the incompletion means that Troy will take over with the ball on the 36-yard line. So Fighting Irish offense will get another crack at it. Watertown played some good defense their first time out. Again, apologize for the clock issues. We running our camera directly off of the stadium clock, which is where the issue is. Now it's running, which is a step in the right direction maybe. Watertown called a timeout before the first play of this possession for the Fighting Irish. Again, the clock running but not correct. Now it's stopped. Either way, the Fighting Irish will step to the line following the Watertown turnover on downs. And there's 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side for the Fighting Irish. This one kept by the quarterback, scrambling out to his far side. He's brought down for a loss on the play. Looks like he might be a little shaken up, a little slow to get up either way. Zay Gordon on the quarterback keeper. And that's a big loss of about 6 yards. So it was a fake handoff from Gordon that time. Kept it himself and found absolutely nowhere to go. Red and Black swarmed him to make the tackle. Clock now reads 0, which is still incorrect. Again, that's a stadium clock issue. We're running our clock directly off of that scoreboard. We'll try to get you the correct information as soon as we can. As for now, it says 0. Second down and long. Back to pass is Gordon. He's going to scramble forward and just barely get out of it. Excellent effort from Zay Gordon. He's brought down pretty much right at the 40-yard line, but looked like he was going to get wrapped up far before that. Did an excellent job to sneak out of it and pick up some substantial yardage for the Fighting Irish. So after the Gordon keeper, it'll be third down and about 4 to go. Ball is right on the 41-yard line, just past the 41-yard line. Gordon again has a couple of receivers to pick on this near side. It's Brandon Hill. It's going to be a handoff play up the middle, though, and absolutely nowhere to go on third down. So Watertown read the run and stopped it in its tracks. That'll bring up fourth down, and it looks like Troy will send out the punt team. And they will. So another good defensive possession for the Red and Black. Will force Troy to punt. And it'll be Keegan Cuior back to return for the Red and Black. A solid punt that time. Looks like Cuior's going to have to field it on bounds. He does. Skips past the first man and still going. Eventually brought down just over the 30-yard line. Looked like Cuior might have taken a bit of a late shot that time. But gets up to his feet. He'll stay out there. Cuior, a big weapon for the Red and Black offense. With his speed and explosive nature, we saw a little bit of that there on that punt return. Again, looks like Finkley in the backfield with Williams. He's back to pass. Jason Williams under some pressure, scrambling out to his right side, able to stay on his feet and get over the line of scrimmage. Williams is eventually brought down, but did a really good job to avoid a lot of pressure there. Bit of pushing and shoving after the play. But Williams able to pick up the first down, moves the chains for Watertown on a big quarterback scramble. Well, something to keep an eye on back home is Keegan Cuior on this near sideline. Still moving a little gingerly after that punt return. Handoff up the middle to Finkley. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Went absolutely nowhere that time. Well, once again, it's just an absolutely beautiful day down here in Albany County. We're just north of the state capitol and Watervliet at the Watervliet High School, home of the Troy Fighting Irish this season, part of the Gridiron Pro Developmental Football League. Williams screen pass to Furr on this near side. Furr gets over midfield. Chris Furr with some speed down the sideline with a stiff arm. He's brought out of bounds. Well, for a second, I thought Chris Furr might have got all to the end zone. He did really solid to get where he did. Stiff arm for a second. Take another look at it here. The reception for Chris Furr, who found his way all the way to this near sideline. And it's a little stiff arm there before being brought down by the jersey. And a ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line, looks like. So 1st and 10 in the red zone for the red and black. Again, Finkley with Williams, motion in front. A little pitch to Finkley, but a flag comes out. And looks like it's going to go against Watertown. And it will false start against the offense. So that'll move the ball back 5 yards. Well, there was definitely plenty of motion in front of Williams that time. Too much movement, illegal movement.
Final reminder that if your car is parked in the fire lane of the high school, it will be towed. Please move your vehicles. They will be towed.
So I think we may have finally gotten the clock right. 7 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Motion again in front of Williams as Jackson moves to that far side. Williams scrambling out. A little dunk pass in for Finkley, who finds it. Jamal Finkley brought down right at the 10. Well, a good bit of improvisation that time from Jason Williams. See him scramble out to this near side and just kind of lob that one into the general direction of Finkley, who was able to reel it in and gets back over the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Furr and Jeter on the far side, Quior and Jackson on the near side. Finkley in the backfield with Jason Williams. Low snap handled by Williams. Onto this near side, incomplete. Pass was intended for Keegan Quior, just thrown a little too low and slightly behind him. And so it'll be an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock at 7 minutes and 38 seconds. Tie ball game, 0-0 here in the first quarter. Watertown steps to the line here in the red zone on a 3rd down and about 8 to pick up. Williams back to pass again, over the middle, into some pressure, again picked off. Intercepted and still going. Eventually brought out of bounds on this near side, but an interception for Tyrell Walker. Get a good look at it here. Just threw that one into heavy coverage. Was really never going to be brought in. And so it's another turnover in the red zone for the red and black. Well, we saw them struggle with that last week in their preseason non-league tune-up game in which they played the Genesee Spartans. Watertown had plenty of turnovers, far more than you would like to see even early in the season. Some of that you have to attribute to the weather conditions. It was not an ideal night for football. Rained pretty much all day last Saturday, and then we got a bit of a break for the first half, and then the second half, again, the rain just pouring down. So that was part of the issue, you'd think, as far as the turnovers were concerned for Watertown last week. This week, just bad decisions. Williams throwing the ball into coverage, both times throwing interceptions. Motion in front of the quarterback, Gordon. This one handed off on this near side. Big tackle that time, combination of Santiago and Walker. They were able to bring down the Fighting Irish running back. Gain of about a yard that time. Maybe slightly more. So it'll be 2nd and 8. And the ball is on the 12-yard line for the Fighting Irish. 7 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Had some issues with the clock here in the stadium. Whistle now. I don't see any flags. Looks like it might be a timeout. Haven't seen any signals from any of the officials yet either. Well, it's got to be end of the first quarter based on the way that the teams are switching sides. So the clock here in the stadium still not correct. Again, we're running ours directly off of theirs, so nothing we can do about that situation. Well, the team's definitely switching sides, so it almost certainly has to be the end of the first quarter. Again, we apologize for not being a little more up to date on that. Again, it's a stadium clock issue. Eventually, Troy will come to the line. Quarterback Zay Gordon's got one in the backfield with him and one receiver either side as well. Gordon, handoff to the outside in some space. Looked like he just lost his footing there and brought down pretty close to the first down marker, actually. It'll be 3rd and about 2 to go. Ball on the 23-yard line. Mason is the receiver on this near side. Zay Gordon electing to keep the ball on the floor mostly so far. Flag comes out on the far side. Free play. And it looked like the Fighting Irish might have picked up a first down. Watertown definitely jumped early there. Bit of conversation going on again. And it is penalties declined against Watertown. It'll make sense that Troy would decline the penalty. They picked up the first down on the free play anyway, and so the chains will move down the field. New spot is the 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from there. Well, the score is still 0-0. I wish I could tell you more about the time. Clock issues again to see, and that one comes loose, and Gordon able to pick it back up. That handoff never completed, never secured. Gordon, aware, just fell back on it. But a significant loss that time on the fake handoff, well, fumbled handoff. And it's second down and long. Second and long, ball on the 22-yard line. As the Fighting Irish step to the line. Gordon with one receiver either side. Gordon to the far side, picked off. And Watertown looks like they're going to take this one all the way to the end zone, and they do. A pick six for Watertown. Corey Smith that time on the interception. And he took it right to the house. Get another look at it here, brought to you by NBC Watertown. Just right into the lap, a gift that time. Right to Corey Smith, and he took that one straight to the house, no one in his way. The only player that even actually got close to him was the quarterback, Gordon. So Watertown on the board first at 6-0 on the pick six. And so it'll be the ever-steady Eric Byler on for the extra point. Byler, just an underrated part of this team, quietly goes about his business. Really solid kicker. That one looks good, and it is. So 7-0 is the Watertown lead here in the second quarter. And we'll step aside, take a short break after the Watertown score.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is.
What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't. That's AMCO. AA MCO.
Welcome back here in Watervliet, New York. Watertown with the interception leading directly to the touchdown. That's how they take the lead here. Byler's extra point was good, and so the score is 7-0 here in the second quarter. Watertown Red and Black Football brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name's Connor Lalone. Steve and I hopped a bus with the Red and Black and made the trip down to Albany. And it's just an absolutely gorgeous day for football here in this Memorial Day weekend. Watertown ready to kick off after the touchdown. It looks like Darian Slater doing the kicking. And it's a really solid one. Picked up right at about the 20-yard line. Skipping out to this near sideline is Harvey. Jamal Harvey is tackled on this near sideline, brought down by DeQuace Jackson of all people. But a really solid gain of about 20 yards. Get another look at it here on the kick return for Jamel Harvey. Picked that ball right up, pretty much right at the 20-yard line, got all the way to midfield before Jackson brought him down. So really solid kick return. Both teams with really solid kick returns in this game. Watertown on the opening kickoff got all the way down within the red zone and then promptly threw an interception. But the red and black defense has held really steady so far. And absolutely cannot complain about the interception by Corey Smith, which he then ran into the end zone. So it'll be first down and 10. Ball at about the 50 and a half, 49 and a half yard line. Handoff to the far side and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Again, Watertown just swallowing up the running game. Not giving an inch on the ground. And so it'll be second and 10. Isaiah Stevens, the late addition to the huddle. And then the quarterback, Zay Gordon. So wait to see how Gordon bounces back after the interception. Again, still not sure on the clock situation. Stadium clock in the field here. And Watervliet not exactly been spot on so far. Gordon right under center, drops back now. Good pressure from Watertown. Gordon scrambling out to his right side, down the field, and intercepted again. No, incomplete. Well, look for a second as though Watertown might have come up with another pick. That one bounced out of the hands. And so no interception this time. But again, a nervy moment for the Fighting Irish offense. Zay Gordon throwing that one into some coverage again. And Gordon coming over to this near sideline a little bit gingerly. I think maybe more than anything just upset with himself at that decision. Fortunate to get away with it. It'll be third down and 10. Ball on the 49. Two receivers on the near side for the quarterback, Gordon. Now three as Jamal Bridges finds his way to this near side. That one right over the middle and caught. Solid play that time for the big man, Isaiah Stevens. Picks up a couple of yards, but it'll be fourth down. And about 4 to go. So Stevens makes his way off the field as Eric Thompson, the third, will join the huddle along with the quarterback, Zay Gordon, for the Troy's Fighting Irish. Again, Troy not wearing their uniforms. They're caught up in shipping. And so borrowing uniforms from the old Albany Maulers. Troy will normally be gold and green. Whistle before the snap and a flag comes out. Wait to see what the signal is. Here for Gordon away down the off. Get big hit. Really of Jonathan Walton, and then took a big hit out of bounds. Water in the still not the issues with really got game is up here. Binkley up the top that flag. Second and 10. Down. Smith, and that's been the time picked off coverage. Fortunate to get on. Ball still on the line. There. And an near side. William is way interception. Quickly. But it Williams threw it way underneath it. So another defensively. Interception. Go on. At least down here. here. Turf. Going, getting out. For the fight. Scrimmage. Line. And brought. Five, it'll be third. Middle. Switch out there. We can get is Tom getting this. Scott. Look. One. Anthony Smith. And we'll bring up late thrown end zone. Punts away. And it's going to hit a player from Troy. And it's going to be downed just short of the 45-yard line. So the red and black will regain possession. Ball's going to be spotted. Actually, it looks like the ball's going to be spotted where the initial contact was made with a Fighting Irish player. And the ball's going to be right at the 40-yard line. So Watertown football, ball on the 40. They lead by a score, 7-0. Williams, handoff. Up the middle is Burrell and pushed backward. Well, the handoff that time to Rarde. Burrell picks up nothing. Got back to the line of scrimmage and that was it. So Watertown will huddle and talk over the play before this 2nd and 10. Red and black break out of the huddle. Williams steps to the line. It's still Burrell in the backfield. 3 receivers on the far side. It's Chris Furr on this near side. To the far side. To Jeter. Kalen Jeter down the sideline. Kalen Jeter in some space. He stepped out of bounds. Looks like he went out. We'll wait to see on the spot, but looks like the ball is going to be at about the 29-yard line after the reception for Kalen Jeter. Williams and Burrell in the backfield. Watertown with a 7-point lead. Williams, short pass to Burrell, hit low, and maybe picked up a couple of yards. Big hit that time, laid on Rarde Burrell. It was Zach Deering who went down low to make that hit and got underneath Burrell, lifted him up in the air, and actually probably carried him forward about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Burrell in the backfield again with Williams, the same set we've seen pretty much this entire possession. Williams to the near side looking for Furr in the end zone, too tall. Well, Williams had Furr in the end zone, and that one just slightly too tall for him to come up with. And now Chris Furr struggling a little bit in the end zone. So Furr, slow getting off the field, needs a little assistance. I thought it looked like there might have been contact there as the ball was arriving in the vicinity of Chris Furr. Either way, he comes up a little gingerly after that play. Long incompletion means it's 3rd and about 10. Ball is on the 29-yard line. Williams all by himself. Good pressure. Williams gets it away. It's complete. Looks like Jackson on that far side, and he's brought down. Either way, Watertown will pick up the first down. It is DeQuace Jackson on the reception. So really solid play from Williams to get that one away. Was under some serious pressure, able to just throw that one in the direction of Jackson, who made a good reception. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Watertown. Well, the Watertown timeout gives me a chance to tell you about some of our sponsors. Governor Savings and Loan. They've got 5 locations, and Governor Savings and Loan is your hometown bank. Amco Transmissions is locally owned and operated, a complete car care specialist. Amco Transmissions knows how to diagnose and fix the problem no matter what it is. Stanley Law and Joe Stanley, nice but tough. Stanley Law gets the maximum award. And Samaritan Medical Center is part of the community. Samaritan Medical Center now hiring. So Watertown steps to the line. It's Williams with Finkley back out there. Furr and Quior on this near side. Handed off to Finkley. Jamal Finkley up the middle. Stopped there. Well, still fighting is Finkley. Maybe able to wrestle an extra yard out of that. Hard-fought yard for Jamal Finkley on the handoff. And it's still about 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 9. Short gain on the handoff up the middle to Finkley. Watertown again in the red zone. They lead 7-0, I think we've got the clock maybe finally running correctly. If so, it's just under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Williams again to Finkley up the middle. Jamal Finkley gets maybe inside the 10. Some extracurriculars there maybe after the whistle as well. whistle. Don't see any flags. They're going to have a conversation out there. Well, either way, either team getting a chance to catch their breaths, what they'd call in soccer a hydration break, getting some water, getting some instruction from their coaching staff. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half, we believe. Again, been having issues with the clock. Well, we haven't, but the crew here in Watervliet has all first half. And so if you can believe the clock, which I think we can at this point, minute and 49 left here in the first half. And Watertown looking to strike here right at the end of the second quarter. It's third down and about 5 to go. Finkley in the backfield with Williams. Williams fakes the handoff, throws out to this near side, incomplete. That one just too low. Pass intended for Keegan Quior, and it's incomplete. Brings up fourth down and about 5 to go. And it looks like Watertown's going to send Eric Byler on to try a field goal. So here comes Eric Byler. Already made an extra point. We're going to have a Watertown timeout, looks like. And it is timeout called by Watertown. So the last timeout of the half for the red and black. And both teams again calling for water. It's got to be a lot hotter down there on the field than it is here. We're in the shade. We've been in the shade ever since we got here, which has been really nice. It's warm today. It's especially warm down here a couple hours south and east of our normal home in Watertown. It's amazing how you don't have to go very far south to notice a significant change in the weather and in the temperature. It's gorgeous out right now, about 73 degrees. And just a really good day for football. Byler on to kick the extra point here. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and definitely early movement on the line. It looked like the Fighting Irish were the ones that jumped. And I believe the Watertown offense is going to come back onto the field after the penalty. The yardage is marched off, and it's going to be awfully close to a first down. And it is dangerously close to being first down. Fourth and about half a yard to pick up for the red and black. So the offense is back out there needing just a couple of inches. Guessing that on that far sideline, the discussion between Ashcraft and Levine was that even if you turn the ball over, it's a really tough position to put the Fighting Irish, and it looks like Watertown is going to be just short. So they went for it and didn't convert. Really only needed a couple of inches, but Watertown unable to pick it up. And so they'll turn the ball over on downs. And Troy will get the ball back. So a huge stop for the Fighting Irish. Watertown down near the goal line, really threatening, had a chance to kick a field goal. And Eric Byler is just so steady. you have to think as long as there was no issues with the hold, he would have been fine, especially from that distance. I saw him making significantly longer field goals warming up today. But Watertown deciding to go for it instead. So it looks like Watertown's going to call a timeout, which would be their fourth, but I believe the one we thought earlier was a Watertown timeout was actually the 2-minute warning. In which case this would be Watertown's last timeout. Either way, some discussion happening on the field. Can't tell from this vantage point if that's, I believe that's Jerry Levine out there speaking with the official. Jerry Levine, the offensive coordinator for this red and black team. Well, after all that commotion, it'll be Fighting Irish football, 1st and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line. Eric Thompson, the third in at quarterback. He's got 3 receivers on this near side. 1 man in the backfield with him. And that man's in motion. Flag came out behind the play, looked like. Maybe not. Either way, pass incomplete. There was a flag. I thought so. So that's an offensive penalty, it looks like. And so that'll be half the distance. And it looked like Watertown declined the penalty, so instead choosing the loss of down over the loss of 2.5 yards. So 2nd down and 10, ball still on the 5. 1 minute and 37 seconds left on the clock. Watertown leads by a touchdown. It was an interception returned by Corey Smith. Took it all the way back into the end zone. About a 25-yard pick 6 earlier in this game for Corey Smith, and that's been the only offense to this point for either team. Low snap, handed off, and safety. Well, it sure looked like a safety. I haven't seen any signal yet.
No way.
They might have called him just short, just barely out of the end zone. I thought for certain. That looks like exactly what they did. I thought for certain he was tackled in the end zone. It actually looks like they're going to spot him right on the goal line. Well, the only argument I could think of there would be forward progress, but I'm not sure about that one. Either way, it'll be 3rd down and 15, ball on the goal line. And the Fighting Irish will be trying to get out of their own end zone here on 3rd down. It's Eric Thompson, the third, the man tasked with that. He's right under center and falling forward. And again, maybe just barely got out of the end zone before being wrapped up. Well, a couple of really close calls there for the Fighting Irish. And unable to really do anything after Watertown kind of gifted them the ball late here in the first half. Turned the ball over on downs. But the Fighting Irish unable to do anything, and so they're going to be forced to punt out of their own end zone, looks like. And so Watertown will get the ball back with 1 minute and 26 left here in the first half. Well, timeout here for Troy. They're going to talk things over before a big fourth down situation where they've got to punt out of their own end zone or try something miraculous. Watertown came dangerously close to picking up a couple of safeties. I thought for certain they had it, especially that first time. Ultimately, the ball was spotted just short. So again, we've been struggling with clock issues all first half. I think, based on the way both teams have kind of congregated on their sidelines, I believe we've reached halftime. I know the clock says there's still 1 minute and 26 seconds left. We've been operating under the assumption that there was. I don't think there is. I'm pretty confident this is halftime.
It's halftime.
And so at the half, Watertown leads 7-0. Again, we've had clock issues this entire first half. It's not something we're in control of. And so we will step aside for halftime with Watertown leading here in Watervliet over the Troy's Fighting Irish by a score
Allen's Liquors
of
and
7-0.
Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience, Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families, we see you in the community. You're not a number here, you're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips.
Totally.
And frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackville Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81, the oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience, Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Hop in!
We are TYM. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families, we see you in the community. You're not a number here, you're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackville Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYM. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson. For over 54 years, we have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families, we see you in the community. You're not a number here, you're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackville Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYM. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson. For over 54 years, We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
Get your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Cololo Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Cololo Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Cololo Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families, we see you in the community. You're not a number here, you're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackville Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Well, welcome back to beautiful, balmy Albany County, where the Watertown Red and Black are taking on the Troy Fighting Irish. We're here in Watervliet, New York, just west of Troy, just north of Albany. For Watertown Red and Black football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name's Connor Lalone. Steve Weed directly to my right, running the camera and the switcher. We have the opening kick of the second half of play. Watertown leads by a score of 7-0. And in a first half of football that was pretty closely contested. Both teams really sputtering on offense, not able to get much going. A couple of interceptions apiece. One of those is how Watertown scored. They managed to make an interception and return it for a touchdown, and that's the 7 points that you see on the board. Apologize again for those of you who are with us for the first half of the clock. Just never got right, and so we struggled with that all first half. Not our control, not our situation. We're just rolling with it as best as we can. Believe that clock situation is fixed now, and so we'll get going underway here in the second half of football. Handoff and gain of maybe a yard. We've seen this a lot from the Troy offense. Unable to really get too much going on the ground. Watertown's defense has just been very staunch, really solid, very aggressive. They've got a lot of tremendous pests on that defensive line. Watertown does. Players that just never give up, never quit. play above their size, play above their weight. Just some really strong, determined players on that Watertown defensive line. Just under 14 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Watertown leads 7-0. Back to pass is Zay Gordon back in the game. He's going to actually scramble, keep it himself, gets out to that far sideline, gets over a tackle, and looked like he was wrapped up just short of the first down. We'll see where the official spot is. But we saw Zay Gordon start the game at quarterback, threw a couple interceptions, came out of the game in favor of Eric Thompson III. But it looks like Gordon, at least for the time being, is going to have a chance to redeem himself. Again, both teams really struggled offensively in that first half. Neither team got much going, especially because any sort of passing game was shut down pretty promptly by interceptions by the other team. Part of that's good coverage, part of that is bad decisions from either quarterback. Handed off, and picking up the first down, and then some. The ball gets over midfield, and that'll move the chains. Clock still running. Down to just over 13 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Gordon joins the huddle after receiving instruction on this near sideline from his coaching staff. And it looks like he's going to line up with two receivers on this near side. Looks like Josh Mason is the receiver closest to this near sideline to us. Handed off up the middle again, and maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. So again, the red and black defense just stifling the running game. They've been really solid tonight here in Watervliet. Anytime you can hold a team off the board for a half of football is pretty impressive. Watertown did just that. They lead 7-0 over the Fighting Irish. Back to pass out to this near side, incomplete. Skips in front of Quintavian, fails pass just too short that time, and was never going to be brought in. That'll bring up third down and 10. So again, Gordon receiving instruction from his coaching staff. Say Gordon, the quarterback, started the game for the Fighting Irish, came out midway through that first half in favor of Eric Thompson III. Both Gordon and Thompson looked like they had really strong arms when they were warming up. We didn't get to see much of Thompson airing it out, but Gordon, we at least know, can throw the ball quite a ways. Hasn't had too much success so far. He's looking to pass again here, and the ball comes loose. Looks like Gordon fell on it, and he did. Well, that one was poked out, and it was Joshua Lear who got to the quarterback. Gordon poked that one loose, and Zay just able to fall back on top of it. Offside. And there was an offside. So offside on the play, and the ball marched forward 5 yards. You can see it there, ball spotted right at the 45-yard line. And so Troy, new life. Ball on the 45, third down and about 6 to gain. Whistle. A lot of confusion out there. Nobody really seems to know what the whistle is for. And neither do I, actually. We're going to move the ball forward a yard. So the initial spot, not to the liking of the official on this near side. And we're going to move forward half a yard. So third down still. About 5 to gain. One receiver either side for the quarterback, Gordon. One man in the backfield with him as well. Gordon back to pass, looking to this near side and incomplete. Pass was intended for Anthony Smith on this near side. He's the one man we've really seen get anything going in terms of receiving for the Fighting Irish, and that one just unable to reel it in. Pass was kind of thrown behind Smith. Not much he could do about that one. And so it'll be 4th down and 5 to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. 44-yard line. Offense is going to stay on the field. And the Fighting Irish are going to go for it on 4th down. It's a 4-receiver set for Zay Gordon. 4th and 5. Gordon just going to take it himself up the middle and get absolutely nowhere. So big 4th down stop for the red and black. And Troy will turn it over on downs. Watertown will take over just short of the 50-yard line. Zay looks like he's struggling coming off this near sideline. See him there. Now wanting to put a lot of weight on that right foot. Zay Gordon. So realized he didn't have much of an option on that play and took it himself, tried to make something happen up the middle, and he was met promptly by the red and black as they step to the line now. So here's Watertown's first possession of the second half. It's Williams with Finkley, and it's a handoff to Finkley up the middle. Finkley gained maybe a yard before being pushed backwards back into the backfield. And the spot is not going to be very generous to Jamal Finkley there. They're going to say maybe picked up half a yard. And so it's going to be second and about 9. Finkley again in the backfield with Williams. Chris Furr on this near sideline. And 3 receivers on the far side. That one in and out of the hands of Jeter. Looked almost like it was intended for Jackson, but DeQuace never turned around. Didn't see that one coming, and Jeter nearly able to reel that one in. Again, not sure that was necessarily intended for him initially, but that's who it almost fell to. So the incompletion means the clock will stop at 10 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the third quarter, and it'll be 3rd down and long for the red and black. Almost the full 10 to gain. Again, 4 receivers, 2 either side. Low snap, dug out by Williams. He's got some time. Spins around. Williams way in the backfield now. Good block. Williams with the sidearm throw in and out of the hands, incomplete. And Kalen Jeter was there, was wide open for a first down. Just unable to reel that pass in. Well, Williams made a really good effort to get around a couple of different on-rushing Fighting Irish players and then scramble out to that left side, spin around, threw with side, kind of a sidearm motion right to Kalen Jeter and hit him in the hands, but Jeter unable to make the catch. And so Watertown looks like they'll send out the punt team here on 4th down. Looks like Elijah Howard is the man back to do the punting for the red and black. Howard's punt nearly blocked, but it's a really solid punt. That one's going to bounce and is going to be downed by Samaj James. So an excellent punt from Elijah Howard. And a really solid effort from James as well to down it where he did. And that'll pin the Fighting Irish deep in their own half. So again, the red and black offense stalling a little bit there. But the special teams coming through. It's been a good special teams night for the red and black. The opening kick was returned nearly all the way for a touchdown, albeit the next play was an interception thrown by Jason Williams. But a real strength of this red and black team is their ability to make things happen on kick returns, on punt returns, field goal attempts, PATs. They're just steady in that department. Fighting Irish come to the line, and it looks like it's Eric Thompson the third out there under center. And that one, miscommunication, that one's going to fall. Well, Thompson just wasn't expecting it. Kind of hit him in the lap and then fell down and was recovered by the Fighting Irish. Definitely not what Troy would have drawn up right there. Eric Thompson in at quarterback for that play. Looks like he may be in for the foreseeable future as he comes over to this near sideline to talk things over with his coaching staff. And then rejoins the huddle. Number 7, Eric Thompson III. And Troy comes back to the line. It's second and about 13 to go. Handed off to the far side. Still going up the middle and wrapped up there. Good gain that time of a few yards. Will move the ball back over the original line of scrimmage. The game clock is stopped again at 10 minutes and 12 seconds. So again, do our best to keep up with what's going on in the game. Try to let you know the time situation as soon as we have a better understanding of it. Again, the issue here at the field between the actual timekeeper and the board. It's running again now, so handed off and met there and brought down by a whole host of red and black defensive lines. So the clock stopped again at 10:05. So I'll stop relying on the clock, and we'll let the officials on the field keep track of the time. Makes the game a little harder to follow, especially in terms of game management, especially since this one is so close. Just a one-score game, Watertown leading 7-0. And so on fourth down, Troy forced to punt out of their own end zone again. Low snap and just going to take it himself out to this near sideline, hoping to make something happen. Brought down. Well, a really decent effort after that low snap. Couldn't dig it out. But still ends up short of the first down, and so Watertown takes over possession in some really, really good field position. It'll be red and black football. Ball looks like right on the 14-yard line. So Watertown immediately with a red zone opportunity here. And it looks like Kalen Jeter is in at quarterback. Finkley's in the backfield with him. Two receivers either side. It's the usual suspects, Quior and Furr on this near side. Jeter handed off to Finkley up the middle, and no, he's kept it himself. And still going, Jeter brought down by the shirt on that far side. Well, the fake handoff fooled me at first, but Jeter kept it himself, got to that far side, but was brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And Watertown will lose about 4 yards on that play. It'll be second down and 13 or 14 to go. Finkley in the backfield with Jeter. Same set as the last play. Quior and Furr on this near side. Jeter back to pass. Going to take it himself. Kalen Jeter brought down again short of the line of scrimmage. Well, again, Jeter tackled for a loss. And so it's third and very long. Ball looks like on the 18-yard line. Williams is back in at quarterback for the red and black. Finkley's the man in the backfield with him. Furr on this near sideline. Williams scrambling around and just going to take it himself. Jason Williams sneaks in, finds a pocket, gets down the field a ways. Not enough for the first down. And so that'll bring up fourth down. And about 4 to go, and the field goal team coming back out onto the field. No, they're not. Well, they're on the field, but only partially. And now Byler is going to make his way out there. Number 42, Eric Byler, is out there. Looks like he's going to kick the field goal, at least have the chance to here. Well, we saw Watertown do this earlier. They had a chance to kick a field goal. It was really almost identical situation to this, where they were about 5 yards from a first down. And Troy took a penalty, which forced Watertown forward 5 yards, really close to the first down. They took Byler off the field and put the offense out there, and they came up just short. Byler's going to get the chance to kick this one, and that one looks good, and it is. So Watertown takes on 3 points on the Eric Byler field goal, and they lead 10-0 over Troy's Fighting Irish. Well, the Watertown field goal means they take a 2-possession lead, and we will step aside as the teams get ready for another kickoff.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA MCO.
Well, Darian Salter on to kick off after Watertown tacks on 3 points. Eric Byler's field goal good. And Watertown leads 10-0 here in the third quarter of play. Watertown Red and Black Football brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name's Connor Lalone. Steve Weed with me. That one's bobbled, and eventually the Fighting Irish will fall on it. Well, it was a line drive kick right into the lap. I believe that was Rashad Avery initially, and then Isaiah Earring was the one who fell on it. And so after the Watertown kickoff, the ball spotted at the 31-yard line. 31, 32, take your pick. And it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Well, the Fighting Irish offense just hasn't gotten any real momentum going in this game. They've used both of their quarterbacks fairly equally, Zay Gordon and Eric Thompson III. It's Thompson out there right now. Low snap, Thompson able to dig it out. It comes loose again and picked up. And with a lane to the end zone, brought down just short. But the fumble recovery and a solid return by Joshua Lear. And Watertown will get another chance in the goal area. They'll be in the red zone after the fumble recovery by Joshua Lear. See if we take another look at it here. Well, didn't look like Thompson ever really had a good hold on that, and Lear just perfect place, right time to pick that one up. And didn't quite have the speed to get all the way to the end zone, but Lear with a really solid return. And Watertown in some really good field position here following the fumble recovery. So again, Watertown's defense setting up the offense. The only touchdown in this game was a defensive touchdown. Watertown returned an interception. That was Corey Smith on the pick six. Low snap, Williams able to dig it out. Scrambling out to this near side. Jason Williams going to the end zone. He gets in. Touchdown, Watertown. Jason Williams turned on his blazing electric speed, got into the end zone, and Watertown will add 6 more. And a late flag comes out in the end zone. Actually, some very loud commotion down there in the end zone. Both teams involved. Well, again, still waiting to see exactly what the fallout is of all the commotion after the touchdown. It was Williams who just scrambled out to this near sideline. Nobody was anywhere near him. And he got all the way into the end zone. Absolutely electric lightning speed, Jason Williams. See if we take another look at it here. Maybe in a second. We're still waiting for both teams to really settle down after that Watertown touchdown. There's still all sorts of commotion happening out there on the field. It looks like Watertown might be marched back after the touchdown. And eventually, it does look like Eric Byler is going to come out to kick an extra point. So here's the extra point from Byler. Hold from Cuior, and Byler's extra point actually looked wide left. It was. And there might have been some contact after the play. Cuior was the one holding the ball, and he was down after the play. Late flag comes out over on that far sideline. And players having to be restrained by his own teammate. That's number 51 from Troy, James DeLoach. So DeLoach a little heated after that play. His own teammates kind of holding him back. Didn't really see too much in it, ultimately. It looked like there might have been some contact with Quior, the holder, on that play. The extra point was wide left.
See the touchdown again?
So while we have a second, there's a bit of break in the action. I think we will get a chance to look at Watertown's touchdown. Well, that was the aftermath. After the touchdown, there was all sorts of commotion in the end zone. Here's a look at it. Well, maybe we won't get another look at it. Either way, take my word for it, Jason Williams is fast. He's quick. He got plenty of speed on this near sideline, and nobody could catch him as he sprinted into the end zone. Looked like a track star rather than a quarterback. And Watertown added on 6 points. They lead 16-10, and the extra point no good from Byler. He missed it wide left. Still, all sorts of discussion happening on the field. Couple of flags, couple of different instances, players coming together. Hard to tell, obviously, from here, from this far away, and you can never know what was said between players, which is always a cause for consternation for both sides, for both coaches. Either way, we're still having discussions on the field, and gives me a chance maybe to tell you about some of our sponsors for Watertown Red and Black Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions, but also brought to you by Governor Savings and Loan. Governor Savings and Loans. They've got 5 locations. It's your hometown bank, Governor Savings and Loan. Samaritan Medical Center is one of our big sponsors, part of the community, and Samaritan Medical Center letting you know that they are now hiring. Stanley Law and Joe Stanley, nice but tough. They get the maximum award. Allen's Liquors and Wines, Wines and Spirits, largest selections of New York State wine and the oldest running liquor and wine store. Colello Air Technologies, certified professionals who improve the air quality in your home. And Burville Power Equipment, your one-stop shop for sales, parts, and service. So again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Looks like we maybe are going to have a kickoff. We might actually play football again in this game. Byler's going to do the kicking for Watertown. We see him all the time in PAT opportunities and extra points. The PAT is the extra point, but field goals as well. But not too often do we see Byler take an actual kickoff. He's going to take this one, looks like. Watertown leads by a score of 16-10 here in Watervliet, New York. Byler's kick. Going to skip and bounce to about the 38-yard line. Picked up there and running forward, rushing forward. Solid effort that time from Byler. Decent kick. And a fairly all right return as well. Troy's going to get the ball at the 48-yard line after the kick return. Maybe even further. So the ball actually looks like it might be spotted right at the 50. No, it is further. So it's at the 48. Again, the clock is not correct. We do apologize for that. It's an issue here at the field. It's not something we can control. It makes it difficult for us to follow the game. Well, the ball was initially spotted at the 48-yard line, but at the right side of midfield. You're looking at it from our vantage point. And then the ball is now on the 48-yard line on the left side of midfield, which would signal to us that we are now in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and the teams have switched sides. Again, really difficult for us to keep track of that when the clock here is not accurate. But it looks like that's exactly what happened. So Watertown kicked off. Troy returned the ball to the 48-yard line, and then the fourth quarter, well, the third quarter expired. We entered the fourth quarter. The team switched sides, and now the ball is at the 48-yard line on the left side of the 50-yard line. Again, completely disregard the clock. It is not correct. It hasn't really been correct for the majority of the night. It's been an issue that we've been dealing with, that the team here at the facilities at the Watervliet High School, which is an otherwise beautiful facility, has been struggling with all night. Again, not something we can control, but we do apologize for it. Makes the game difficult for you watching, but also for us watching. Short little screen pass to that far side is caught, and good speed. Getting out of bounds, picking up the first down on the reception. So a solid gain that time for Troy. First down play, and they'll immediately move the sticks for another first down. So the Fighting Irish huddle up and break out. They come to the line, the ball right on the 40-yard line. Hand it off. Brought down right here in the middle of the field is number 10, who I actually do not have listed on the roster I was given by this Troy team. I apologize for that. He's been a difference maker here early in the fourth quarter. He's an electric player, lots of speed. Troy again to the line. One in the backfield. Two either side. Two receivers other side. Snap and back to pass. Actually going to keep it himself. Short little screen throw out to this near side, and then eventually getting out of bounds. It actually looks like we might have a new quarterback in the game for the Fighting Irish. It looks like it's number 21, Zach Deering, who's actually getting snaps back there. See if we take another look here, if we can get a look. It looks like Deering is the one who, received that snap. And then a short little kind of shovel pass out to this near side as he was getting hit. So something to watch out for. It looks like Zach Deering will be getting snaps at quarterback for the Fighting Irish. That would be the third player to play at quarterback for this team. We've seen Zay Gordon, who, albeit kind of sparingly, has played quarterback, and Eric Thompson III has also played quarterback. Looks like timeout as the coaching staff from Troy makes their way out onto the field. And so timeout, and we will step aside, take a quick break during the timeout.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYM. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
Get your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
So out of the timeout, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Fighting Irish. Ball's right on the 20-yard line. Again, please disregard the clock. We've had issues with it, and Steve is actually taking the clock right off the bug at the bottom of the screen, so no clock. It's been so difficult for us all night trying to make sense of how much time's left in this game. The clock has been an issue right since the beginning, but we are in the fourth quarter. The only reason we know that is because the ball switched sides of the 50-yard line after a kickoff following Watertown's second touchdown of the game. This one handed off up the middle and sneaking out to this near side. Tackle was made by Jalen Dugan. Solid gain that time of about 7 yards. And that'll move the ball somewhere in between the 18 and 19-yard line. Call it 18 and a half. Well, the Watertown Red and Black lead by a score of 16-0. Defensive touchdown on the pick six for Corey Smith, followed by an Eric Byler field goal and then a rushing touchdown for the quarterback Jason Williams. That's how the score is now. Back to pass is Deering. Going to take it himself up the middle and gets past a couple of tackles. Still going is Zach Deering before being brought down at about the 9-yard line. And late flag is thrown right at the 10-yard line. Take a look at the officials discussing the flag. And it's a personal foul against Watertown. So it'll be 1st and goal following the personal foul against the Red and Black. And that'll give Troy's Fighting Irish 4 cracks at it from inside the 10. Deering straight into the ground, spiked the pass. Might have been backwards, though. May have been a backwards pass, so it may have been a fumble. Confusing play. There's Watertown stopped for a second. Certainly looked like an incomplete pass. Well, the stick on the far side still says first down. It can't possibly still be first down.
I don't know. There it is.
Now it says second down, which makes much more sense. Either way, it's Deering in the backfield, and he's got Rashad Avery to his right. Deering scrambling out into the end zone, deflected, incomplete. Good play to break that one up. Batted away by Jalen Dugan. Well, that pass had touchdown written all over it until Dugan stepped in, made the defensive stop. And Watertown holds Troy off the board, at least for now. It's 16-0. And it'll be 3rd down and goal for the Fighting Irish. This is as close as they've gotten all game. And after the Watertown personal foul, it meant they had 4 cracks at it from inside the 10-yard line. This is their 3rd attempt now. Again, Rashad Avery is the man in the backfield with the quarterback, Zach Deering. 3rd quarterback of the night for the Fighting Irish. Deering back to pass, looking to this near side. Avery stopped short. Huge tackle, and the helmet comes off. That was Dugan again. Jalen Dugan with a couple of huge defensive plays here on the goal line. Helmet comes off, so he has to leave the field. And you wonder if Deering will pick on that side of the field now that Dugan's not over there. 4th down. And the Fighting Irish really have to go for it. And they will. The offense is on the field. Here's Deering. Looking to pass again. Good pressure from Watertown. Able to skip past this Deering. Still tracking back. Deering rolling again. Out to the left side. Pass blocked down and out of play. And Watertown will force the turnover on downs in the goal line set. So 4 big stops in the goal line for the red and black, and they'll take over. So here in the 4th quarter, again, apologies that we can't tell you exactly where we are in the 4th quarter. We don't know. Not sure anyone knows other than the officials on the field. The clock has been causing consternation all night. Watertown takes over following the turnover of downs. Really tough spot to take over the ball on offense. It'll be 1st down and 10 for them inside their own 5. Looks like the ball's on the 4. It's Jeter back there in at quarterback for Watertown. And it's Rarde Burrell. And it's a handoff to Rarde up the middle. And Burrell able to fight forward, get Watertown some breathing room instead of having to play out of their own end zone. That's a really solid 4 yards for Rarde Burrell on the handoff carry. He comes off the field. He lost his helmet on that play. So an interesting move for the red and black to go to Jeter here in this situation. Wonder if Williams' troubles handling snaps last week might come into play here, as Jeter's out there in a situation where he absolutely can't afford to turn over the ball. Handoff again up the middle. And nowhere to go that time. I believe it was Finkley on the handoff. And so Watertown will march off a couple more yards. And the clock will continue to run. Again, we don't know what the clock is at. We haven't for most of this game. And we apologize profusely for that, even though it's something that we cannot control. Watertown now, 3rd and about 4 to go. Ball is on the 9-yard line. And Jeter back to pass, scrambling out to his right. And intercepted. Jeter threw a pick, and that one's going to be returned into the end zone for a touchdown. So a pick 6 of their own. And the Fighting Irish are on the board for the first time this season. It's 16-6. So a huge play that time As Jeter, who was in the game at quarterback for Watertown, scrambled out to his right side, threw the ball over the middle, and it was picked off. So a huge play to fire up both the Troy sideline and also the crowd. And the score is 16-6 following the Fighting Irish interception return for a touchdown. Both teams now with a pick six of their own. And it looks like it'll be the offense on the field for the Fighting Irish to attempt the two-point conversion. We'll wait to see how they line up. Well, out there in the huddle, you can see number 21 towards the left of the huddle is Zach Deering. He's the man who's been playing quarterback here in the fourth quarter for Troy. Whistle as the Fighting Irish are just stepping up to the line. And it's delay a game against Troy, which is much to the chagrin of that Troy offensive line. But they certainly took their time in the huddle, took their time getting to the line. Again, really, it's just impossible for us to know what the play clock would have been at in that situation. We don't even know what the game clock is at. So we'll take the official's word for it that it was indeed delay a game. Either way, Troy will back up 5 yards and try again. It'll be a two-point conversion attempt. You would think. That's initially what the offense was on the field for. We'll wait to see if the offense remains on the field following the penalty, or if they try to send out someone to attempt an extra point. An extra point doesn't really help Troy at this point of the game. I suppose they need points regardless of how they can get them, but they're running out of time. We don't know how fast they're running out of time, but they are running out of time. Eventually, this game will come to an end. We don't know when, but it will. So Troy almost certainly will go for two, and it looks like they will. The offense is still out there for them. It's Zach Deering, number 21, in at quarterback, as you see them coming to the line now. And the ball is actually moved forward, so they're going to attempt a two-point conversion, and again, another whistle. And this two-point conversion attempt really doesn't want to happen. As it stands, the score is 16-6. Watertown leads, but Troy on the board after the interception returned for a touchdown. And so the Fighting Irish, maybe now, will have a chance to attempt a two-point conversion. It looks like Eric Thompson III, who was getting some snaps at quarterback, is out there. No, that's number 2, not number 7. Either way, Deering scrambling to his right over the middle is complete, and the two-point conversion is good. So it's 16-8. The Fighting Irish with a touchdown and a two-point conversion, and they cut the Watertown lead in half. 16-8 is the score, and we'll step away for a short break after the touchdown.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
So the kickoff after the successful two-point conversion attempt, that's a really solid kick, and Cuellar back to return. Keegan Cuellar picks it up at about the 15, and here he comes. Keegan Cuellar gets down to about the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 25 on the return for Keegan Cuellar after the kickoff. And Watertown will get the ball after Troy got themselves on the board. 16-8 is the score. Fighting Irish able to find their way into the end zone. And then again on the two-point conversion. Watertown will send Jeter back out there at quarterback. It was his interception that led to that offensive chance for the Fighting Irish, which they converted on. Handed off up the middle to Burrell, and absolutely nowhere to go. Rarde Burrell tackled for a loss. So don't be surprised to see Watertown keep the ball on the ground here to run the clock. They lead by 8. 16-8 with, well, I was about to say 6 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock. So used to just looking over. We don't know how much time's left in the game. It's a very helpless situation to find yourself in as an announcer, to not know how much time's left in the game. It's information that you really feel like you should be relaying to those watching, and when you can't, it's hard to know what to do. It's Jeter with Burrell in the backfield, Cuellar and Jackson on this near side. And can't tell, but I believe that's Chris Furr on the far side. Handed off again. Rarde Burrell gets to this near side. Some good blocks for Burrell, and he gets out of bounds. Not exactly what Watertown would have wanted there, but Burrell with a decent gain after he got all the way to this near sideline. Burrell and Tyrell Walker exchanging some words on this near side. Friendly words looked like, which isn't always the case. So Watertown in the huddle now. It's interesting to see Jeter in at quarterback. Jason Williams is so electric. So volatile. And he's the reason that they have the lead. He picked up a really solid rushing touchdown. That one, Jeter's going to show that he can run himself too, and he's going to pick up a first down. Kalen Jeter on the quarterback keeper picks up the yardage necessary to move the chains. And the ball is spotted at the 46. So we wait for the chain gang and Watertown taking their time in the huddle. They break out now. Cuellar and Jackson again on this near side. Looks like Furr on the far side. That is Chris Furr on the far sideline. Jeter with Burrell, hands it off to him. Rarde Burrell gets to the far side and tackled again for a loss. So Watertown content to keep the ball on the ground and let the clock run. But Rarde Burrell struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage at that time. And it will actually be a couple of yard loss for Burrell like it looked initially. So 2nd and 12. Ball on the 48. Jeter and Burrell. Snap. Jeter's going to keep it himself. Rolls out to the right, fakes the pass, runs into his own man, and is downed. Well, it looked like Jeter had a chance to maybe make a play, take a shot downfield, but he ran into Ryan Nicholson, his own tackle, and had nowhere to go after that. Fell over. And again, a significant loss for the red and black.
Timeout for red and black.
And Watertown calls timeout to talk things over. And we'll step aside again.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
So after the Watertown timeout, it'll be 3rd and extremely long. Watertown almost in Schenectady, how far back they've moved back. It'll be 3 and about 20. And the ball is on the 46-yard line. It's the red and black with an 8-point lead. Looked more in control when it was 16-0. After giving up the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, this looks like a game again. Jeter back to pass on 3rd down, scrambling out to his right side. Kalen Jeter gets around the tackle somehow. Pointing downfield, Jeter still going, throws it down the field. It is caught by Watertown. Oh, wow. Just an unbelievable play from everyone involved. Jeter threw it in the direction of Furr, who bobbled it initially. It fell out of Furr's hands. Get a look at it here. Jeter's not even in the shot because of how far away he was running. You see him just get rid of it, and he absolutely launched that one down the field. Kalen Jeter threw that one to Chris Furr. It bounced out of Furr's hands and fell into the lap of Rashay Whitfield, who made it just a circus catch. And so Watertown moves down the field. Big first down for them. Whistle.
What was it? Timeout?
Didn't see a signal, but it looked like a timeout. No, 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. So at least the 2-minute warning stoppage gives us a chance to know how much time's left on the clock, and we'll step aside here at the 2-minute warning.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackville Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
So welcome back after the 2-minute warning. Again, the only reason we have any sort of idea how much time's left in the game is because of that stoppage for the 2-minute warning. This one handed off up the middle. Finkley on the handoff that time from Jeter. And Finkley a little slow to get up. And Jamal Finkley will hobble off to the Watertown sideline. And so, bit of a clock issue again, as we've had all night, and we're going to step aside once more. We'll be back.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA MCO.
Welcome back to Watervliet High School, where Watertown Red and Black leads 16-8 over the Troy's Fighting Irish, where in the last 2 minutes of play now, that one handed off up the middle, and in some space was Rarde Burrell. And after the handoff, we're going to have timeout called by the defense. So Troy just stopping the clock after the Watertown rush. And so Troy in a tough spot here. They've made it a game at least. It's 16-8. They scored a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And then converted the two-point conversion, which cut the Watertown lead in half very quickly. Watertown's touchdowns, courtesy of Corey Smith on the interception. And then Jason Williams rushed one in himself. And then Troy got themselves on the board after an interception return for a touchdown. Then they converted the two-point conversion after a fairly lengthy delay. So here, inside the last 2 minutes, it's Watertown who leads 16-8. Jeter fakes the handoff, takes it to the far side. Flag comes out on that far sideline, right at the line of scrimmage, and Jeter's brought down as he picks up maybe a couple of yards. The clock will stop again as the whistle. And the flag came out on that far side. We'll wait to see a signal. Looked like it may have been against Troy. Still looking, discussion happening on that far side. All four officials over there. And it is against Troy. So that should move the chains for Watertown. Another whistle, and it does look like the chain gang is moving on that far side. For the first down for Watertown is crucial. Probably will end this one, you would think. You would think. Watertown sends out the kneel formation, and Jeter's just going to kneel on it and let the clock run. So the clock running as the red and black kneel. And it looks like they'll step to the line to do it one more time. Victory formation for the red and black. And what was been a really hard-fought game. Both teams playing some really solid defense. Both teams with several interceptions. Neither team got really going offensively at all. And ultimately it was Watertown's athleticism that kind of carried them over the line. The interception returned for a touchdown. The fumble that set them up, fumble recovery set them up in really good field position. That Jason Williams then rushed in for a touchdown. And Eric Byler's field goal is what carried Watertown over the line. So Watertown Red and Black will take the season opener. And the Gridiron Developmental Football League, as they came down here to Watervliet, New York, and defeated the Troy Fighting Irish by a score of 16-8. And so Watertown opens their Gridiron Developmental Football League tab. They move to 1-0 in the league, 2-0 in the season, after that 35-12 win in the non-league game against the Genesee Spartans. So for everyone at NBC Watertown, for Steve Weed of Steve Weed Productions, and for all of our sponsors, Governor Savings and Loans, Samaritan Medical, Stanley Law, Allen's Wine and Liquors, Colello Air Technologies, Burville Power Equipment, and Kitty Drugs, as well as Amco Transmissions. My name is Connor Lalone. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors, to everyone at NBC, and to all of you watching. Thank you. Have a good night as the Watertown Red and Black defeat Troy 16-8.